I like James Hook, it's just a little bit off the beaten path, that's all. This on my right is South Station. This at one time was the largest railroad station in America. Yes, I have nothing to gain and nothing to lose, folks. I don't take anything from any restaurant. And by the way, they do offer it to us. I don't take anything. I don't want any part of it. The other neat thing is the No Name Restaurant. Have you ever heard of it? Okay, the No Name Restaurant is wonderful if you just want a boiled lobster. If you just want just seafood, the No Name is great. I'll show you where it is. It's inexpensive and it's a lot of fun. It's right on the fish pier. That's the disadvantage to the No Name. When you look out the window, you're going to watch them unload their catch. If you don't want to watch people make sausage, don't go to the No Name. You're going to see people throwing fish. Great fun, though. Great fun. Good food. They're going to give you a bib and a whole bunch of fun stuff. Of course, everybody does lobster. If they don't do, they may only have boiled lobster. I'm not sure, which is just as much fun. Boiled lobster is when they take it, they throw it in the pot, they take it out, they give you a bunch of tools and say, go at it. Great fun. Tastes wonderful. It's wonderful, it's healthy, it's good for you, very low fat, it's almost all protein. I really, really enjoy it. Real treat. The advantage to a boiled lobster as opposed to a lobster roll is sometimes with a lobster roll, they make it a couple hours beforehand. But with a boiled lobster, they're going to make it within minutes of when you eat it. If you are eating it at 12 o'clock, it was alive 15 minutes before you got it. That's the reason it tastes so good. And that's the reason people love just boiled lobsters. You have to get over the fact that they're kind of ugly, but that's life. But yeah, you get twin lobster, you get whatever you want. I mean, there's tons of lobster around. This on my right-hand side is stop number 20. I'm just going to knock off that heat for just a minute. Stop number 20 is for South Station. I don't see anybody getting on or off. This part of Boston used to be called Dorchester. It's now called South Boston. When George Washington sends Henry Knox out to Fort Ticonderoga to get the cannons, he does that in 1776. He sends him out to Fort Ticonderoga and has him drag them back and set them up on a big hill up to my right. The British are camped in Boston. I'm not camped. They're on boats in Boston Harbor, the whole British fleet. They see the cannons set up at Dorchester Heights. They leave Boston and never come back. Oh, you're going to get a great scene. But something neat we don't always get. We're about to cross over Boston Harbor. The tide is very, very high. Quite often we hear about how high above Boston is, how high above sea level. Only a few, well, it's actually 3 feet, most of it. But here to the right, it's only a few inches. You'll see in a few moments. The tide is just about at its high point. And you'll see it's just on the edge of the harbor. So if global warming happens the way they say it's going to happen, most of Boston doesn't exist anymore. And you can appreciate it to the right. That's the Gillette Corporation way down the end on the left-hand side. They make the razor blades. On my left, this is all Boston Harbor. If you guys take a tour of Boston Harbor, this is where you're going to be. You're going to be up there to the left. This is now called South Boston, annexed to the city of Boston in the 1800s. Would have originally been called Dorchester, a separate town. At the time of the Revolution, Boston is only 1.1 square miles. It's now over 17 square miles, due in large part to annexation. Coming up on my right, that building overhanging the street is the Boston Convention and Exposition Center. Here to my right. This is the largest building in New England by quite a bit. See, there's a plane directly in front of us passing overhead. We just passed by the main bus station. The airport's a mile to my left, and directly in front of us is the cruise terminal. In Boston, unlike a lot of other cities, everything is right downtown.